A 100-year conflict is a little bit difficult to solve in 5 minutes, but we'll try and give it a good go. Ezrat Hashem, Bismillah, in the name of God. This is number 11 in the first series, I think.
Number 11 in the first session.
Okay. For every argument, there's a counter-argument. Every opinion, another opinion. There's no end. We've been talking for years and years and years. The question is whether we want to get somewhere, whether we want to get down, be practical, and solve the main issues. There is no political solution to the problem. There is no political, I'm sorry to say that, but we have to face the facts. Everybody wants the same thing, so we have to find some other way to resolve this problem. What do? We have to go to the root of the cause, focus on the individual. Peace, first, foremost, and most important, is between people, not between politics, not between political entities. Okay, the land of Israel, I think both Israelis and Palestinians who love this country know, is like a living being. You cut it here, you cut it there, it doesn't work. Israelis and Palestinians are like man and wife living in the same house, already in separate rooms, not talking to each other. The solution isn't to come and say, all right, you can have the TV and you can be in that room and this hour you can come into the kitchen. That's not a solution to the problem. There are two parallel aspects also. Okay, there's the spiritual aspect, and I specifically say spiritual, not religious. Religious is a whole other story. We don't want to talk about that. And there are, of course, the logical aspects of the whole situation. Let's talk about the spiritual for a minute. I want to ask you some questions. Okay, and I'd like to see some hands. Are we doing what God wants? Do we know what He wants? But I think we can be, we're all worshiping the common God, okay? I think that's one of the things we have in common. But one of the things that I think we can all agree with, okay, is what He doesn't want, and that is for His people to be fighting each other, bloodshed and all that. I don't think, I think it's a no-brainer, as they say, to come to that. So what do we need to do on the logical side? We need to look for commonalities, okay? We have a belief in one God on both sides. I apologize to the atheists who might be sitting in the room. We're all descendants of Abraham. The unique thing between Israelis and Arabs, and forgive me, Tzvi, whatever the genetic truth of the situation is, we're all descendants of Abraham. Okay? El Halil, Avraham, sanctity of life, okay? I would like to think at least that we have that in common too, and the future of our children. All right, we're so bogged down in the present, we're not thinking about the future, our children. Okay, so simply and practically, what do we need to do? We need to ensure that all Palestinians enjoy liberty and freedom. Okay, the situation from 67 onwards, at least, when it was Israel's responsibility, I think is problematic. Do something, but to leave things as they are and say, all right, let's look the other direction, just doesn't make sense. It's stupid. Ensure that Israel is safe and secure, okay? Anybody who doesn't realize that is, that need on the side of the Israelis. People talked about 2,000 years of persecution or whatever. Okay? We need to create a basis for common goals and cooperation and promote constructive versus destructive motivation. Change the disc, as they say. Okay, the keys are local self-rule, decentralized government, equality, fair and open policies. Let's go on. Okay, the roadmap would include having professionals, not politicians, professionals meet to find out what this could be. Autonomous regions, city-states, cantons, federations. There have been a whole bunch of great ideas here. Those are of less importance. What we have to agree on is that we're going to live together and work for common goals together. Okay, very quickly the Israeli army can withdraw from areas. This era of prosperity, of liberty and freedoms can be attained very quickly, very, very quickly. I could see it happening in 12 months. And we have to understand, this is the end, also the beginning, that the future can only come about through cooperation, not disengagement, not splitting, not separating. We're here together. We have to find a way to live together. And as I say to my friends, I've been saying for a long time to my friends who speak Arabic, and you'll pardon my idiomatic expression isn't good, Kul asiyah sakharta. Kul asiyah sakharta. What is kharta? I don't know. Is that modern colloquial? That I'll explain to you afterwards. Not such a nice word. May God bless us all, and may we all be successful. Thank you to the hosts and everybody who's participated.